INTP Ramble here, and this video is about suddenly losing interest. Over the summer, I lost interest in all of my hobbies. MBTI, art, anything that I thought I actually liked. Even when I would try to just work on them, push through that, I ended up just feeling like it wasn't getting anywhere. Yeah. Like, it was like having art block, but I had lots of ideas. I just couldn't get myself to work on it. And, like, improve. Anyway, I didn't care about MBTI at all. In my head, I knew that I should look into this stuff because I normally would enjoy it, and it helps me, when it comes to, like, working with people, and I should really get better at that, and I knew all this in my head, and I was thinking about it, but I couldn't get myself to actually focus on the topic. I couldn't, like, think about it for an extended period of time. It wasn't in me to do that right then. So I pretty much did nothing over the summer. I did a few things that I wouldn't normally do, like, I left the house whenever possible. I went to going to the cabin with my dog and grandparents, and I randomly spent a week at a friend's house, things like that. I also bought Breath of the Wild. That's the newest Zelda game, if you don't know. If you don't know what Zelda is, well, screw you. I'm just kidding. I bought Breath of the Wild, and I played it for the most part of August, and that's pretty much the only productive, I don't know if I should call it productive. Are video games productive? Like, things that you do for fun can be productive. Like, I did something with it. I got better at it, I guess. I worked towards a goal. So, there. It's productive. In its own way. But anyway, that was the only thing I really worked on over the summer. For an extended period of time, I got all of the shrines finished. Super proud of that. Anyway, I also started cooking, and it was because of that game. I had made something called fried apples. I mean, not fried apples, buttered apples in the game. Then I looked up the closest thing I could find to buttered apples, which happened to be fried apples, and I just looked up the recipe and made it. So yeah. And so I did random cooking things. I did a few other random cooking projects, but for the most part, I did nothing over the summer. MBTI, at least, also art. Otherwise I wouldn't be making this video. So the rest of the video is about why I regained interest. And it's because of school. There you go, video's done. Just kidding, I'm gonna explain it, because that's what I do. I had so much coffee today. My reason for doing things right then was too ambiguous for me to actually get myself to do it. It takes work to start a task and, like, do it. Even ones that I enjoy, it takes some amount of work to do it. There's always some annoying part of the process, especially right at the start of a project, that's just tedious and it doesn't give instant gratification. Like, these videos, I don't, starting these videos is tedious. Well, actually, the starting part is kind of interesting. I just, I make a mind map, basically, and I'm like, oh, maybe this will turn into something that I can make into a video, and maybe it won't. I just learn about something, and I think about it, and I create this mind map, and sometimes it turns into a video like this. And that part's actually kind of fun. But the part where I take and I make a script, and I actually take several videos trying to get myself to, like, focus and, like, get to the point fast enough so it's not annoying. Yeah. like, that part of this is tedious. Making a script and, like, putting this into, like, actual words that I could say to someone is tedious. Like, if I just read this to you guys, like, I would get an F on my presentation. Like, this is not something I could just, like, read off to someone and they would understand what I was talking about. But yeah. So I do put in some work into this, and I put work into other projects too that isn't fun, but I have to do it in order to get to the fun part. And I think every project is that way. And, well, over the summer I had no job, so I had unlimited free time, and I thought, like, during the school year, last school year, I was thinking to myself, oh, I can't wait to get free time. I would spend all of it on my hobbies. And I finally got that free time, and I didn't do anything. I thought about doing a lot of things, but there was no push for me to get them done right then. I could just wait an hour, or a day, or a week. And then summer ended, and I hadn't done anything. I didn't improve anything. Like, I would start an art project and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and it wouldn't turn out as well as I would hope, and instead of going and doing it again, like I might normally, I just decided, oh, I'll try again later, and then I never did. I pushed it off. And now that school has started, I have limited time to do things I enjoy. I just punched my desk. I wonder if you guys could hear my knuckle crack on my pinky. Anyway, that means I have a reason to do something. Like, because I have limited time, I have a reason to do something at a specific moment. I can't just put it off because I might have something else I need to be doing then. And that overcomes the procrastination caused by not wanting to do the annoying work involved with doing a task, and getting started with the task. So, yeah. I'm interested now, again, because I have some direction. I have time where I'm like, okay, I can work on this then, and I can't just put it off constantly. I have to, if I'm going to do something, I have to do it. So, it's not good to be completely without responsibility, because then it makes it harder to do things that you might otherwise enjoy doing. You get stuck that way, or at least I did, and I think other INTPs have gotten like this too. Somebody asked me what to do. Well, they asked me about losing interest in subjects in school that they were already interested in, and well, how they could get around that. Somebody asked me that, and I am not all that interested in any school subjects. And even if I was, I think the class itself would make it uninteresting. But I can still get myself to hyper-focus on subjects as though they are something that I'm interested in. And part of how I do that is by going through this process where I go through all my notes and all the in-class problems and all the homework and all the terminology, and I figure out how things fit together as best I can. And anything that wasn't intuitive, like any connection that wasn't immediately noticeable and I figured it out, I write that down so I read it again when I go through my notes. And then every time, also when I have a question that I don't answer, I write it down. So before an exam, I'll have a binder full of all the stuff that will probably be on the exam, and I'll have a bunch of post-it notes sticking out of it with questions on it. And then I go to the teacher or to one of my school's learning centers, and I get all those questions answered. And it's basically my way of piecing things together. And even though I find the topic really boring, the process of doing this is more interesting than just rereading something again and again for me, because I kind of understand it then, this way. Also, for finals, I bought myself a notebook, and I redid all my physics notes in it, and I made them all nice, and I even had chapters and stuff, and I was basically making my own textbook that explained everything to me as I just learned it, and as though like I was trying to teach someone else, and that was super helpful. And the process of making that, like I made it look all nice and everything, like the process of doing that made it so I wasn't just like rereading notes or whatnot, like I was thinking about it and other things, so it wasn't as boring as it otherwise would have been, so I could do it for a longer period of time. And yeah, so that's how I make it through school, even though I lack most of the skills that would make someone really great in school. So